Ever since high school, I've always been interested in sciences. I wasn't sure really what I was going to gravitate towards, but I knew that I wanted to be part of a science field because you can solve problems. When I got to WSU, I chose to pursue plant sciences, even though I ended up not being in that particular part of the industry in agriculture. I was led into plant sciences towards tree fruit. And really how I was able to do that was through conversations between a professor and myself, who actually had done research for the tree fruit industry and strongly suggested that there was a lot of opportunities within the post-harvest or the pre-harvest sector. When I graduated from WSU, I started a full-time job with this particular growing sector. And that job had not ever been done before. They didn't have a position for anybody necessarily, but there was a space for someone who would be willing to take on projects. When I took that job, I had no idea how I was going to end up or how I was going to roll or where I could see myself after, because I was learning so much. There was a steep learning curve that I had to go through. Nothing's perfect. It'll never be perfect, but it has to be good and it has to be executed well. And then on top of that, it is a business. It's not just, a lifestyle. It is a business. So you're also trying to generate or at least pay off your investments. And that's something that attracted me to pursue my MBA in data analytics, because I wanted to be more knowledgeable in finance and economics, but also take information from the orchard and use it to grow plants. Or understand trends or solve problems. Some of the things that I'm working on and that I dedicated a lot of time to are, chemicals, specifically chemical programs and how to put them together and see what's efficacious. And that could be said for other stuff. I want to find where the efficiency is, where we could become more efficient. And beyond the chemical programs, I lead a group of scouts as well. Another of my duties are technology. I work with technology, but beyond that, I analyze, I look into. There's a lot of technology out there, right? Especially nowadays, information overload is happening every day with everybody, and even with us. Even if we do have the information we do need, it's not enough or it's too much. So how do you sift through a mountain of information and you need it now? It comes from knowing what you're trying to achieve. We depend so much on people who provide service and sell these products to us. But then we don't want to learn why they work the way that they are. If you're going to invest in these particular, pieces of technology or services, have a final outcome, and be able to measure your success. And success might be measured differently, whether it's a pack out increase or, the trees are looking healthier, We like to overcomplicate things, but sometimes they're very simple. So just be very wary about, hey, this is the brand new, latest, most coolest sensor, It's not about that. It's about what I'm trying to get from it. And you're gonna encounter a lot of glitches with technology because it's not necessarily there yet, because it's not tailored to our industry, for our industry. It's tailored for other industries. You gotta keep working on it. You gotta keep, moving along. It doesn't work, we'll try to find out where your bottlenecks are. And sometimes it's very simple, but we don't try to find those things out. One of the most important classes that I ever took was with this professor at WSU in plant physiology. It really does teach you the basis as to why plants react a certain way. And I know there's a lot of mechanisms and a lot of work that goes into that. But that was one of the classes that, just really understanding that. When I walk into an orchard row, I understand why things are happening. Or I can at least have a checklist and check off, well, it's not this because I checked that. Well, it's not that because I checked that, Another one that would be really useful is to actually be introduced to more mathematics. I know that's not the sexiest subject, but it's very useful to actually be confident enough to sit down and be able to write down, a fertigation or recommendation or, an equation that can help you get there. Just being more confident with numbers. As a whole, young growers, that's super crucial because you can translate that math into application. You can actually translate that into economics, and then you can translate that into finance.